Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. And today, we have a story that could shake up the Lions draft strategy in ways no one saw coming. There's growing speculation that Detroit might be eyeing a hidden gem in the upcoming NFL draft, a player who has largely flown under the radar but could turn into a game-changing steal. We're talking about none other than Lon Larison, the electric running back out of UC Davis. But why is his name suddenly popping up in draft conversations? And is it possible that the Lions are already in serious talks to bring him in? We've got all the details, and trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Before we dive deep, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update about your Detroit Lions. Now let's get into it. Every NFL draft, there are players who slip through the cracks, diamonds in the rough who scouts initially overlook, only to emerge as impact players once they get their shot. Could Lon Larison be this year's surprise star? It's certainly looking that way. While most draft experts have focused on the top-tier running backs, there's a growing buzz around Larison, and for good reason. The Lions have built a reputation for identifying talent where others don't, and Larison seems to check every box for what Detroit looks for in a high-upside, low-risk prospect. At 6 feet 1 inch and 215 pounds, Larison has the ideal blend of size, speed, and physicality to make an impact at the next level. He's not just a between-the-tackles bruiser, he's got the explosiveness to break long runs, the agility to make defenders miss, and the hands to be a reliable pass catcher out of the backfield. That kind of versatility is exactly what Detroit could use to add another dynamic weapon to their already potent offense. Now, you might be wondering, do the Lions really need another running back? It's a fair question. With Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery forming one of the most balanced backfield tandems in the NFL, the Lions don't have an urgent need at the position. But in the NFL, depth is everything. Injuries can derail a season in the blink of an eye, and teams that fail to build strong rotational depth often regret it when key players go down. That's where Lon Larison comes in. Recent reports suggest that the Lions could already be in discussions about bringing Larison to Detroit. Whether that means drafting him late or aggressively pursuing him as an undrafted free agent remains to be seen. But here's where things get really interesting. Other teams are starting to take notice. If Detroit wants Larison, they may have to make a move before another team swoops in. But what makes him such a coveted prospect? Let's break it down. In his final season at UC Davis, Larison rushed for over 1,200 yards, averaging an impressive 6.3 yards per carry. He also showed off his receiving skills, catching 40 passes for nearly 400 yards. Those numbers alone are impressive, but it's the way he plays that has scouts intrigued. Larison is a natural playmaker, with an uncanny ability to turn small gains into big plays. He has elite contact balance, meaning he's tough to bring down on first contact, and he runs with a relentless motor that NFL coaches love. One of the biggest concerns when evaluating players from smaller schools is the level of competition they faced in college. But the NFL has seen plenty of small school running backs turn into superstars: Aaron Jones, Austin Ekeler, and James Robinson, just to name a few. Could Larison be the next in line? Some scouts think so, and the Lions might just agree. Let's also consider Detroit's offensive system and coaching staff. The Lions have one of the best offensive lines in football, anchored by Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, and Taylor Decker. That kind of blocking makes life easier for any running back, and it could allow a player like Larison to maximize his potential. If the Lions draft him or sign him as a UDFA, he would have the opportunity to develop behind two established backs while contributing on special teams and in rotational snaps. And speaking of special teams, that could be Larison's ticket onto the roster. If he can prove himself as a kick returner or coverage unit specialist, the Lions could justify keeping him on the 53-man squad while developing him into a bigger offensive role. That's how many under-the-radar players earn their keep in the NFL, and given Larison's toughness and athleticism, he could be an ideal candidate. So now the big question, will the Lions actually make a move for him? Brad Holmes has a history of finding late-round gems and UDFA steals, and Larison fits that mold perfectly. If Detroit truly sees him as a potential contributor, they'll need to act fast, because teams like the Patriots, Steelers, and Texans have reportedly been monitoring him as well. The Lions are no strangers to making bold moves, and this could be another low-risk, high-reward decision that pays off down the road. Larison's skill set also raises another interesting discussion. How would he fit into Detroit's pass protection schemes? Running backs in today's NFL need to be reliable blockers to earn snaps, especially in pass-heavy offenses. If he can prove his ability to pick up blitzes and protect Jared Goff, that could be another factor that increases his value. Additionally, the Lions have a strong history of developing late-round or undrafted talent into contributors. We've seen this team take chances on under-the-radar players before, and many have gone on to carve out roles on the roster. Larson could follow that same path if given the opportunity. Another factor to consider is Larson's durability. His ability to stay healthy and contribute consistently will be crucial. While his college production was impressive, making the leap to the NFL is a different challenge altogether. The physicality and speed of the professional game will test him, but if he can hold up, he could become a valuable asset. And what about his leadership qualities? Many teams look for more than just raw talent. They want players who bring a strong work ethic and positive energy to the locker room. If Larson has the mentality to grind and improve every day, he could quickly earn the respect of coaches and teammates alike. Another intriguing possibility is utilizing Larson in creative offensive packages. With his combination of size and speed, he could be deployed in two-back sets, motioned into the slot, or even used in trick plays. The Lions coaching staff is known for maximizing their talent, and Larson's unique skill set could open up new dimensions for their offense. Beyond his on-field potential, Larson's work ethic and mentality could also make him a great fit for Detroit's culture. The Lions have built a locker room around toughness, resilience, and a chip-on-the-shoulder attitude, qualities that define Larson's journey from an overlooked prospect to a potential NFL playmaker. Players who embrace that mindset tend to thrive in Detroit, and Larson's determination to prove himself at the next level aligns perfectly with what this team is all about. Another important element to consider is Larson's potential to contribute beyond just running back duties. His versatility means he could be used in gadget plays, screen passes, and even as an emergency slot receiver. In today's NFL, where offenses thrive on unpredictability, having a player who can move around and create mismatches is a valuable asset. If the Lions can find creative ways to utilize his skill set, Larson could become an unexpected weapon in Ben Johnson's offensive scheme. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think the Lions should draft or sign Larson? Would he be a smart addition, or should Detroit focus on other needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to see what you all think. And before you go, make sure to subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from Lions News Fan Report. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions!